First of all, it was important to have this meeting because it's always important to reflect on where you have come from, what you have done, and how you can do it better. So the main purpose of this meeting was for the stakeholders themselves, the countries that benefit from the facility, other stakeholders that we work with. And here there are expectations as to what we can do better to deliver on the agenda and mandate that we have. Going forward, they are very clear on the need for the facility to continue operating in the same areas that we've been intervening in. And there is a feeling that we should not try and expand the mandate too much, otherwise we will be less effective. They also feel that we make a difference in terms of investments, facilitating investments, by ensuring that contracts which we support are fair and equitable, and that the countries know exactly what they want from those contracts. So going forward, we hope we will also have more innovative tools for dealing with the countries, and also have greater publicity about the facility so that not only the countries that benefit know about the facility, but also the investors know that the facility is a partner in that it encourages equitable arrangements to ensure proper investment. For every transaction which we support, we ensure that the government identifies experts that will receive the training, that will carry on with the investment. In the areas you have particularly mentioned, natural resources, actually the difficulties come with after the contract is signed. That's where the challenge is, managing the relationship between the investors and the government. So the training concentrates on not only providing capacity in terms of what the agreement is, but also in terms of how the state can supervise those investments. So we've come up already with innovative capacity building. We have online ALSF Academy, but whenever we feel that there is need to strengthen, say if there is a new area, say there is a country that has just discovered a new resource like gas, we provide additional capacity building. So the facility will continue doing that, and the countries appreciate that. First of all, I consider myself as a facilitator, not the father. And I have a big team of colleagues. And then secondly, actually there is no country that we think needs assistance from the facility that has not asked. We've interacted with almost all the countries that need the assistance. The few countries that have not got the assistance from the facility already have capacity. So really, I think we've touched the whole continent, and that is not an issue for us. We have excellent relations with almost all the 54 countries on the continent. And going forward, it's just a question of when do they ask us and how urgent is the transaction. Quite often, they may not ask us because the transaction is probably too urgent or they've already signed the agreements. But we will always be available to assist them in strengthening the existing agreements. I think the biggest strength is our relationship with the African Development Bank. The African Development Bank is a trusted partner of all the African countries. It's an African institution. So that also transcends into the facility. We are an African institution established by the African Development Bank, so that close relationship. Then another thing is we provide rapid support. A state can ask us for assistance. They're about to start negotiations. We can arrange support even within 2 to 3 weeks, which is very rare. Then above all, we ensure that there is capacity building on every transaction we support. We have to leave behind a transfer of skills. So it's very difficult to put a number as to how long the countries will continue needing the assistance. But I think for the next years, which we can see ahead of us, there is still need for the facility. And in the long term, I think the capacity will be developed. But for now, as far as we can see, the countries still need the facility. So it's not easy to see beyond. I think the 10 years have helped us to expose the fact that providing this kind of facility strengthens the capacity of our countries to negotiate major agreements and to defend themselves in litigation against vulture funds.